Hi, I'm back at work. I've been off with a horrendous cold and it's great to be back. However, it has left me with a little bit of sinusitis around the nose and it's not very nice. And I've been using MLD every day to help me with that. So I just thought I'd come on here and explain, because it's the season of colds and flus and a lot of people are walking around like me sounding a bit nasal. So I just thought I'd come on and show you what you can do and how you can help yourself. It alleviates, the MLD alleviates that kind of heaviness feeling around the nose. So I'm going to take up my glasses. I would normally do it with a clean face, but I've been working this morning, so I've got a little bit of makeup on. Before I start doing the MLD, what I will do is I will use some pressure points around the nose just to help promote blood flow. Holding for 10 seconds at each point, use a slight pressure just below the cheekbones, at the side of each nostril, the bridge of the nose, and the top of the nose in between the eyebrows. As with any MLD, I would start with some deep abdominal breaths. So I'd put my hand on my abdomen and breathe deeply 3 times. But with any MLD, we're thinking about pathways where you want the lymph to flow from and to. So for this particular instance, I want it to come from the nasal area and I want it to go down to the clavicle down here. So these nodes around the clavicle are the supraclavicular. Easy for me to say. I'm going to start here as always, and I'm going to use, you can do 2 at once if you want, but I'm just going to show you on this side here. So I'm going to start quite at the bottom here, and I'm going to use stationary circles, but pulling down. It's almost a half circle. So a semicircle and pulling down. When I say pulling, I am not dragging the skin. So I'm not damaging the skin. It's a very, very, very soft stretch. Once I've done that, I can use some effleurage with a flat palm. And then the same on this side. And then we're going to come down this side to the neck. And you can use effleurage to just do a few very light strokes down the neck. And the same on the other side. And then a lot of the fluid will, of course, drain out. But there's also another pathway when it comes to lymph nodes near the nose here that comes in a triangle down the face like this. And you want to be aiming for, there's a little divot in your jaw there. And if you imagine a triangular shape just along here, this is where the lymph nodes sit at this area along the mandible. So what we're going to do is we've drained all this area here. We can drain the sides of our ears just using your fingers either side. I'm already swallowing because it does help to drain. So I'm going to start at these 2 points here because that's where we want them to drain into. And I'm going to pull out to the side and down. Very gently, just with 2 fingers. And then again, down and down here as well, down either side of the middle of the neck. Okay, so we've cleared this area here. Now we want to come from this area here. So again, we're going to go from the area we want it to drain into, and we're going to go down. So we start here. And then once we reach the top, just an effleurage down. So we start here. And again, 2 fingers, and you can see I'm not dragging the skin at all. I'm just kind of moving it. So stationary fingers on the skin and then stretch a little bit. And then effleurage down when we reach that area into the lymph node area. Once we've done that area, you can have a go at moving any blockages out towards the sides. So here we go. So you can do 1 side at a time if you want to, or you can do 2 at once. So you're just going to move along the cheekbone with your fingers. Again, very, very slow and subtle stretches. And then pull out to the ear. And then again down. When we do MLD, of course, our hands are always clean and dry. We don't use any oil with MLD. But for this particular purpose, after I've finished the initial MLD, I might like to go in with a little bit of a massage and just use a little bit of eucalyptus oil. Obviously blended, don't use it neat. Because the menthol in that helps clear your airways as well. I hope that's helped. If you suffer from sinusitis, any allergies, this may help you. If you have any questions, just comment down below. And thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.